Have you ever felt a strange intuition that later turned out to be true? Or heard of prophecies that seem to have accurately predicted earth-shattering historical events? From the mystical priestesses of Delphi, the dreams of Abraham Lincoln, to modern scientific studies on the sixth sense, the ability to foresee the future remains one of humanity's greatest mysteries. Can we really see into the future? Or is it just a trick of the mind and imagination? Join me on a journey to uncover the truth about psychic predictions, from fascinating historical stories, shocking scientific experiments, to intriguing cultural and spiritual perspectives. And most importantly, could you possess this extraordinary ability yourself? Heiju Chatnim Tin Kwa Ban, Vi Kuok Han Trin KY Nai Chi Mwa Bat Dao. Script Part 1. An overview of psychic predictions. Psychic predictions, often referred to as psychic powers, have long been a topic of fascination and debate throughout human history. Tales of famous seers, mysterious prophecies, and an unrelenting curiosity about the future have made this topic irresistibly intriguing. In this section, we will explore an overview of psychic predictions through history and delve into some of the most renowned cases. 1. Nostradamus, the legendary seer. When it comes to psychic predictions, one cannot overlook Michel de Nostradamus, better known as Nostradamus, a 16th century French physician and astrologer. Nostradamus authored the famous book Les Prophéties, The Prophecies, which contains 942 quatrains, 4-line poems, believed to predict future events. One of his most famous predictions is about the Great Fire of London in 1666. Nostradamus wrote, "The blood of the just will be demanded of London, burnt by fire in the year 66. Remarkably, 100 years after his death, a massive fire broke out in London, destroying thousands of homes and buildings. This has led many to believe that Nostradamus truly had the power to see the future. However, researchers have pointed out that his prophecies are often vague and open to interpretation. In many cases, connecting his words to real events feels more like fitting a puzzle piece into a space where it doesn't quite belong." 2. Baba Vanga, the blind prophet of Eastern Europe. Another renowned figure in the world of psychic predictions is Baba Vanga, a blind woman from Bulgaria. She made many shocking predictions, ranging from the 9/11 terrorist attacks in the US to the rise of ISIS. One of her alleged predictions about the 9/11 tragedy was, "The steel birds will crash into the Great Towers, and America will drown in blood." The imagery of steel birds and Great Towers has often been linked to the attacks on the World Trade Center in 2001. While it's impossible to verify the accuracy of such predictions, the striking similarities between her words and real-world events have fueled widespread intrigue. 3. Jeane Dixon, the American psychic and JFK's assassination. Jeane Dixon, an American psychic, famously predicted the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. She stated, "A young president of America, beloved by many, will die in an assassination during the 1960s. In 1963, her prediction came true when JFK was assassinated in Dallas, Texas. However, Dixon also made many inaccurate predictions, leading to the coining of the term, the Jeane Dixon effect, which highlights how people often remember correct predictions while ignoring the incorrect ones. 4. Stories from ancient cultures. Beyond individual psychics, prophecy has been an integral part of many ancient cultures. In ancient Greece, the Oracle of Delphi served as a conduit between humans and gods. The priestess Pythia was believed to deliver messages from Apollo. Before major battles, kings and warriors often sought her counsel. One famous example is King Croesus of Lydia, who asked whether he should wage war against the Persian Empire. Pythia replied, "If you go to war, a great empire will fall." Croesus interpreted this as a favorable omen for his side, only to find that the great empire that fell was his own. 5. Psychic ability or coincidence. These examples raise an important question. Are these prophecies truly the result of extraordinary abilities, or are they merely coincidences? The German writer and philosopher Johann Wolfgang von Goethe once said, "What we cannot understand, we often call a miracle." Perhaps these predictions are simply the result of sharp intuition and the ability to observe patterns that others fail to notice. Or maybe there's something beyond our understanding at work. Connection to future sections. In the next section, we'll delve deeper into the scientific perspective, exploring experiments that attempt to validate psychic phenomena and whether there's any solid evidence supporting their existence. Can science uncover the truth about psychic predictions, or will it leave us with more unanswered questions? Script Part 2: The scientific perspective on psychic predictions. Psychic predictions have not only captured the imagination of the public, but also piqued the curiosity of scientists. However, science demands clear evidence, independent of belief or speculation. In this section, we'll explore notable scientific studies on psychic phenomena, analyze related occurrences, and ask the question: can the existence of psychic powers truly be proven? 1. J.B. Rhine's research on ESP. In the 1930s, psychologist J.B. Rhine from Duke University in the United States conducted experiments to test a phenomenon called ESP, extrasensory perception, or the sixth sense. Rhine used Zener cards, a set of 25 cards featuring 5 different symbols: a circle, a cross, wavy lines, a square, and a star. Participants were tasked with predicting the symbol on each card without seeing it. The initial results were remarkable, with some individuals guessing correctly at rates significantly higher than chance. Rhine believed he had uncovered evidence of genuine psychic ability. However, subsequent attempts by other researchers to replicate Rhine's experiments produced inconsistent results, leading to debate. Were the initial findings just luck, or did they represent proof of a supernatural phenomenon? 2. The CIA's Stargate Project. One of the most famous and controversial studies on psychic abilities was the Stargate Project, funded by the CIA during the Cold War. This program aimed to explore the use of psychics for intelligence gathering. A notable case involved Ingo Swann, a psychic who claimed to have perceived a ring of light around Jupiter during an experiment. Years later, astronomers discovered that Jupiter does indeed have a faint ring. Critics argued that Swann's observations might have been informed by prior scientific speculation, rather than true psychic ability. Although the Stargate Project did not produce definitive evidence and was discontinued in 1995, its existence underscored the serious interest of governmental agencies in exploring psychic phenomena. 3. The psychology of predictions. Many scientists believe that psychic predictions can often be explained through psychology rather than the supernatural. One prominent psychological phenomenon is cognitive bias, the tendency to seek out information that supports our beliefs while ignoring contradictory evidence. For example, when we hear a vague prophecy like a major disaster will occur this year, we are inclined to associate it with any significant negative event that happens during the year, regardless of its nature. This explains why vague predictions, such as those of Nostradamus or Baba Vanga, are often perceived as accurate. Another relevant concept is the Barnum effect, where people find vague and general statements, such as horoscopes or personality tests, highly specific and personal. This phenomenon can also explain why individuals often interpret predictions as eerily accurate. 4. Perspectives from notable scientists. Many great scientists have shared intriguing thoughts about psychic abilities, even if they haven't directly studied them. Albert Einstein once said, "The distinction between past, present, and future is only a stubbornly persistent illusion." While Einstein's statement does not confirm the existence of psychic predictions, it raises an interesting idea. Could time be less linear than we perceive? If so, might humans access information about the future in ways we don't yet understand? Stephen Hawking, another renowned physicist, discussed the possibility of parallel dimensions and how they might hold answers to unexplained phenomena. Though psychic abilities remain unproven, their existence cannot be entirely ruled out within the broader context of physics. 5. A biological perspective. Another theory suggests that psychic abilities might be tied to biological mechanisms in the brain. Research has shown that humans are capable of processing vast amounts of information, often without conscious awareness. For instance, a strong feeling of intuition might be the brain's way of detecting patterns or signals we aren't consciously aware of. A fascinating story related to this is the sinking of the Titanic in 1912. Before the ship's maiden voyage, several people canceled their trips due to a bad feeling. While it's impossible to verify their reasons, such accounts raise the question: could they have subconsciously detected warning signs that even they didn't fully understand? 6. Unanswered questions. Modern science has shed light on many aspects of human thought and perception, yet psychic predictions remain a significant enigma. Could this be a natural phenomenon we have yet to comprehend, or is it simply the product of imagination and belief? In the next section, we'll explore psychic predictions from cultural and spiritual perspectives, where this ability is often viewed as a divine gift or, in some cases, a curse. Let's uncover the mystical stories from around the world. Script Part 3: Cultural and Spiritual Perspectives on Psychic Predictions. Psychic predictions are not only viewed through a scientific lens, but also hold a significant place in the culture and spirituality of many civilizations. In this section, we will explore the stories, beliefs, and spiritual practices surrounding psychic abilities from across the globe. 1. Ancient Greece and the Oracle of Delphi. In ancient Greek history, prophecy was seen as a bridge between humans and the gods. The Oracle of Delphi was one of the most significant spiritual centers, where the priestess Pythia was believed to convey messages from Apollo. People from all walks of life, from farmers to kings, sought guidance at Delphi for questions about the future, ranging from harvest outcomes to war results. One of the most famous stories involves King Croesus of Lydia. When he consulted Pythia to ask whether he should wage war against the Persian Empire, she replied, "If you go to war, a great empire will fall." Croesus interpreted the prophecy as a favorable omen for his side, only to discover that the great empire that fell was his own. This story highlights not only the mystical allure of prophecy, but also its ambiguity, requiring careful interpretation. 2. Divination practices in Asia. In Asia, methods of divination and prophecy have long played a vital role in spiritual and cultural life. In Chinese culture, practices like I Ching, the Book of Changes, are used to predict the future through hexagrams. The I Ching is more than a fortune-telling tool. It embodies deep philosophical concepts about the balance between yin and yang, and the interplay of order and chaos. In India, astrology, Jyotish Shastra, is a fundamental part of spiritual life. It is believed that the positions of planets and stars at the time of one's birth can reveal their destiny and future. Astrologers are often consulted to choose auspicious dates for events such as marriages or business ventures. 3. Prophecy and religion. In many religions, prophecy is not merely a phenomenon but a divine gift. Prophets like Moses in the Old Testament and Muhammad in Islam are considered messengers of God, entrusted with revealing divine will to humanity. The Bible recounts how Moses received prophecies from God to guide the Israelites out of Egyptian slavery. Another well-known biblical story is that of Joseph, who had the ability to interpret dreams and predict future events. This gift allowed him to become an advisor to Pharaoh and save Egypt from famine. Similarly, Islam recognizes numerous prophets, Nabi, with Muhammad regarded as the last prophet. Prophecies in the Quran not only refer to events of the time, but also extend to future occurrences, including the Day of Judgment, Qiyamah. 4. Psychic predictions and folklore. Beyond major religions, prophecy is deeply embedded in the folklore of many cultures. In Vietnam, traditional forms of divination like palmistry, card reading, and dream interpretation have long been part of popular belief. A familiar Vietnamese saying reflects this: "Dreaming of snakes brings joy. Dreaming of gold brings trouble. Dreaming of tigers brings fear." This highlights how dreams have been viewed as a medium for understanding the future. For generations, people have believed that dreams are not merely reflections of the subconscious, but also messages from the spiritual realm. 5. The power of belief. One essential factor in cultural and spiritual prophecy is the power of belief. Regardless of whether prophecies come true, they can profoundly influence people's actions and decisions. For instance, if someone is told they will have good fortune in their career, they might act with greater confidence, increasing their chances of success. Conversely, a negative prophecy could cause anxiety and poor decisions, resulting in self-fulfilling outcomes. Sociologist Robert Merton, who coined the term self-fulfilling prophecy, explained how human beliefs have the power to shape actions, ultimately turning predictions into reality. This suggests that prophecy doesn't always need supernatural origins. It may simply stem from the psychology of belief. 6. The dark side of prophecy. However, prophecy hasn't always been seen in a positive light. In some cases, it has been viewed as a harbinger of doom or even a curse. During medieval Europe, those claiming psychic abilities were often labeled as witches and faced persecution. Many of these individuals were likely keen observers of human behavior and natural phenomena, rather than true seers. A famous story involves Joan of Arc, a young French woman who claimed to receive divine messages guiding her to lead the French army against the English. Despite her victories, she was accused of witchcraft and executed by burning. Joan's tragic fate demonstrates how psychic predictions, whether real or perceived, can lead to grave consequences. 7. An ongoing mystery. Psychic predictions in cultural and spiritual contexts reflect humanity's eternal desire to control the unknown. Whether through priestesses at Delphi, astrological charts, or prophetic verses in sacred texts, they reveal a universal truth. Humans have always sought meaning in uncertainty. In the next section, we will explore how these phenomena intersect with the workings of the human mind. Is prophecy truly an extraordinary gift, or could it be explained by the subconscious and psychology? Let's continue the journey into the unknown. Script Part 4: Psychic Predictions and the Human Mind. Humans have always been fascinated by the unknown, especially the ability to predict the future. But does prophecy truly exist, or is it simply a product of our minds? In this section, we'll explore how the brain, imagination, and human psychology might explain the phenomenon of psychic predictions. 1. The brain and its predictive powers. The human brain is often described as one of the most advanced predictive machines. It doesn't just respond to what is happening, but continuously analyzes patterns and makes predictions about the future. This is known as the brain's predictive function. A study from Cambridge University found that when the brain recognizes a familiar pattern, it automatically predicts outcomes based on past experiences. For example, when you see a storm approaching, you might predict heavy rain. This is a basic form of prophecy rooted in observation and logic. However, what's fascinating is that sometimes our predictions seem to go beyond logic. Strong intuitions, such as a feeling that something is about to happen, might be the brain processing subconscious signals we aren't fully aware of. 2. The phenomenon of déjà vu. Déjà vu, the eerie sensation that you've experienced something before, is often linked to psychic predictions. Some people believe that déjà vu is evidence of having seen the future, while scientists argue that it's merely a glitch in how the brain processes memory. Professor Alan Brown of Southern Methodist University studied déjà vu and found that it often occurs when a situation contains elements similar to past experiences. However, there are cases of déjà vu that defy simple explanations. For instance, some people claim to have dreamed of specific events before they actually happened, raising the question, is this mere coincidence or a glimpse into the future? 3. Intuition, a subconscious prediction. Intuition, often referred to as the sixth sense, is a critical aspect of psychic predictions. Psychologist Malcolm Gladwell, in his book Blink, The Power of Thinking Without Thinking, explains that intuition is the result of rapid subconscious information processing. When faced with a new situation, the brain uses past experiences to make quick decisions without conscious thought. A striking example is the story of David Booth, a British man who had a premonition that a plane would crash. He contacted aviation authorities to warn them, but they dismissed his concerns. Days later, a DC-10 plane tragically crashed at Chicago's O'Hare Airport, killing hundreds. While it's impossible to confirm the source of Booth's premonition, it highlights the profound power of intuition. 4. The self-fulfilling prophecy effect. Another concept that helps explain psychic phenomena is the self-fulfilling prophecy. This occurs when a prediction, even if initially unfounded, becomes true because of human belief. Imagine being told you'll succeed in a project. This belief boosts your confidence, leading to actions that increase your chances of success. Similarly, if you're told you'll fail, the anxiety and self-doubt might cause poor decisions, leading to failure. Sociologist Robert Merton, who coined the term, explained that human beliefs can shape actions and make predictions come true. This suggests that prophecy doesn't always require supernatural origins. It can stem from the psychological power of belief. 5. Prophetic dreams. Dreams have long been seen as a bridge to the future. One of the most famous stories of prophetic dreams involves Abraham Lincoln. Before his assassination, Lincoln reportedly told friends about a dream in which he walked into a room full of mourners and saw a body wrapped in funeral shrouds. When he asked who had died, someone replied, "The president." Days later, Lincoln was assassinated at Ford's Theater. While some consider this a genuine prophetic dream, others argue that the pressures and threats he faced influenced his subconscious, leading to such a vivid dream. 6. The connection between the mind and time. Another intriguing theory about psychic predictions involves the relationship between the human mind and time. Physicist Erwin Schrödinger, known for his famous Schrödinger's cat thought experiment, suggested that reality might not be as linear as we perceive. If time is flexible, could it be possible for the mind to access future information in ways we don't yet understand? Psychologist Carl Jung also developed the concept of synchronicity, which describes meaningful coincidences between events that lack a causal relationship. Jung believed these events might be the universe's way of communicating with us, offering glimpses into the future. 7. Unanswered questions. When viewed through the lens of the human mind, psychic predictions become a fascinating blend of the familiar and the mysterious. They may not solely be supernatural abilities, but rather a complex interplay between the brain's predictive functions, intuition, and belief systems. Yet, the question remains, are we truly glimpsing the future, or are we merely connecting fragments of the past and present? In the next section, we will delve deeper into the intersection of science, culture, and spirituality, exploring whether psychic abilities can be considered a skill that can be honed or remain a mystery forever. Let's continue our journey into the unknown. We've just explored an extraordinary journey into the mystery of psychic predictions, from history, science, to unbelievable spiritual stories. But the biggest question remains, what do you think? Is psychic ability real, a gift from the universe, or simply the mind's way of finding order in chaos? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever experienced a strange moment you believe was a prediction of the future? Or do you have a story to tell? I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to hit the like button to support this video, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any more fascinating and mysterious content. And if you found this video interesting, share it with your friends and family to spread the intrigue. Thank you for joining me on this journey. See you in the next video.